Here in the quiet country lanes, picturesque hills and quaint market towns of the Cotswolds, I'm going to have a vintage enthusiast's adventure. Stroud has a bunch of great vintage shops and they've collaborated to put together this handy little map. Here in Stroud you'll find lots of lovely shops and cafes, and if you come on a market day, the shambles here will be full of stalls. There are 2 regular buses from Minchinhampton into Stroud which could also help you to explore the surrounding villages. The bus leaves from the old market square, and once you've caught the bus into Stroud you'll be struck by how hilly it is. But amongst those hills and streets you'll find some vintage gems, such as Time After Time on the High Street. This vintage store has fashion from the 40s right through to the 80s, hand-picked by the friendly owner, as well as accessories and home accessories. Sadly, the spectacular 60s floor lamp at the front of the shop is not for sale, but almost everything else that is jam-packed into the 2-floor space is. You'll find this shop mentioned in the Vintage Stroud map, which can be picked up from various shops and tourist places in Stroud to help you find the best. Another of these is right next door. Inprint Bookshop has a huge collection of vintage, antiquarian and simply well-loved books to browse, including some rarities. They also have plenty of information on other antiquarian booksellers and events. Another of the excellent shops on my vintage tour is Duffel, where you can choose from a variety of furniture, including Urquhart tables and 60s paintings. There is also an extensive clothing section, with vintage Levi's, pretty dresses and accessories to go with them. Elsewhere in Stroud there are all sorts of shops and cafes hidden down side streets and quiet spaces to relax. The beautiful streets of Sirencester are full of history, with the tall church standing proud in the middle to help you find your way. You'll need this guidance through the maze of alleyways and side streets packed with cute cafes, gift shops and pubs. There's also a Roman amphitheatre and Sirencester Park hidden behind the tallest hedge I've ever seen. Let's go and explore. Behind the hedge you will find the beautiful Sirencester Park, where you can walk or horse ride. The church is spectacular, with Queen Anne's cup proudly displayed. Behind this is the Abbey Gardens, through which you can get to one of the remaining sections of the old Roman wall that once surrounded Sirencester. While here, it would be a shame not to learn about the long history of the town. To find out more, we spoke to Amanda Hart, director of the Corinium Museum.
Well, Sirencester is steeped in history. I mean, it goes way back to prehistoric times. We've got a prehistoric landscape around the town. However, the town really truly develops in the Roman times, and that's when it is established as a town. The Romans came here sort of first part of the 1st century AD. So really, after the establishment of the town in about the 2nd century, that's when you get a lot of the major public buildings that we know about from a Roman town. So you get things like the amphitheatre, which is it was just on the sort of the edge of the Roman town, just outside the city walls, but it's easily walkable from the main town today. This is an amazing museum. It tells the full story of the Romans and the Roman town, the development of that town, and of course not forgetting the people that were living in that town.
After a lovely day exploring Stroud and Sirencester, I've decided to pitch up halfway between the two, at Tobacconis farm campsite. It's just outside the beautiful village of Minchinhampton, where you can go for a stroll on the common after tea. Set on a family smallholding just outside the pretty village of Minchinhampton, the site is one main field with sheltered pitches one side and less landscape pitches the other, with a separate car park at the top of the field, the facilities at the bottom and another rally field to the side. Each pitch has electric hookup and there are 2 drinking water points. By the entrance gate you'll find the rubbish area with separate bins for recyclables and ash. The facilities block has a urinals room, 2 separate toilets, 2 single shower rooms, 2 family shower rooms, one of which has been designed for disabled guests. The building also houses the camping kitchen with indoor and outdoor washing up sinks, a washing machine, kettle, shelves, fridge freezer and sockets where you can charge your devices. Kids will enjoy the children's play area. Lucy, the owner, is also happy to supply fire pits and wood so that you can have campfires by your pitch. A fellow camper tells us why he was drawn here.
We found this site literally by accident. We found the website, looked attractive, it seemed to tick all the boxes of what we were looking for in a campsite, and this website and the reviews don't do the place justice. I mean, the facilities are excellent, you've got fantastic views all over. Lucy runs the place out magnificently, she's excellent with the guests, and it's a nice site, quiet site. It's ideal for the boys to sort of go and play, and just an excellent place to relax.
Nearby Minchinhampton has a corner shop, local bus services, a pub and takeaway, and the beautiful Minchinhampton Common. It is a very relaxing site with everything you could need to make a back to basics camping trip more comfortable.